Alright, this video here is going to go out to Dykeneuk. Okay. And obviously you didn't listen very well to what I was saying in the video, or otherwise most likely you would have agreed with me. Of course, I don't know. But anyway, let's just get down to the simple nitty-gritty. What David Paulson was doing was being incredibly audacious and arrogant. To stand there and degrade the value of Solomon's wisdom. Remember, Proverbs was written mostly by Solomon. To degrade the wisdom of Solomon like that is downright arrogant. And this is from a man that, until I heard that, I had a lot of respect for. But to make such an arrogant statement about the wisdom of Solomon, what is he trying to say? That he's wiser than Solomon? What an insult. The only person I ever knew that was wiser than Solomon was Jesus Christ himself. Jesus is our good shepherd, and Jesus is God. And when we acknowledge Jesus and we acknowledge God, then God, through Jesus, it leads us in our paths. All of our paths. There is no contradiction to that proverb. None. And for David Paulson to even imply such a thing is just downright arrogance. Simple as that. The simple fact of the matter is, David Paulson cannot read me one scripture that would prove his case against mine. I'm telling you that it was totally arrogant of David Paulson to say that. But hey, you sent me an example too, so we'll go into this. Proverbs 26:4 says, "Do not answer a fool according to his folly, or you will also be like him." And then Proverbs 26:5 precedes and says, "Answer a fool as his folly deserves, that he not be wise in his own eyes." Okay. There's no contradiction in that. If you had looked up the word according in the dictionary, if you didn't even bother to look up the word according in the dictionary, you would have seen that that also means agreeing. Do not agree with the fool, or you'll be just like the fool. Now 26:5 is pretty much stating, brush off the fool, don't agree with the fool. Get the idea? So there's nothing contradictory there. You're not to agree with the fool, rather you are to brush off the fool. Okay, so you're not even supposed to get into a confrontation with a fool. You're just to brush him off instead of agreeing with him. So there's no contradiction there. So like I said, Solomon, until Jesus came along, was the wisest man that ever lived. And after Jesus ascended into heaven, he was the last truly wise man. Okay? And when Jesus comes back, he will be the truly wisest man on earth. Alright? And since God gave Solomon his wisdom, which was more than any other man that's ever lived or ever will, then who is David Paulson to contradict Solomon? That's my point. David Paulson was being incredibly arrogant when he said what he said about Solomon's wisdom. The end. And I will not listen to such teachings. That was an arrogant teaching, and I have no place for it in my scriptural teaching. The end. I don't care if you listen to me or you don't listen to me. David Paulson was being arrogant at that point, and I won't listen to arrogance. So there you go. There you have it. There's your answer. I'll tell you more in a future video, so stay tuned.